Hello once again, everybody. Update you on what's happening with Louisiana's Raging Cajuns, the LSU Fighting Tigers, and New Orleans Saints, and local sports. First off, Louisiana's Raging Cajun football team victorious in their second-to-last regular season game of the 2009 regular season as the Cajuns capture a come-from-behind 21-17 victory over the ULM Warhawks Saturday evening at a damp, cold Cajun field. Cajuns got a touchdown run from Yobus Walker and two from quarterback Brad McGuire, including the final one in the fourth quarter to lift the Cajuns to the 4-point victory. ULM able to outgain the Cajuns in terms of total offense, 314 to 303, but the Cajuns come out victorious in the contest. Cajuns, individually speaking, were led on the ground by Marlon Miller, who had 39 yards on 13 carries. Quarterback Chris Mason, a nice game for the Cajuns, 16 of 27 for 252 yards in the game. And in the receiving department, Ladarius Green, outstanding, 7 catches for 131 yards in the game. The Cajuns move over the 500 mark once again. They're now 6-5 overall on the year, 4-3 in Sun Belt Conference play. A big regular season finale coming up for the Cajuns Saturday evening at Cajun Field as they play host to the Troy Trojans. Now, Troy has already captured the regular season Sun Belt Conference championship, but the Cajuns, a chance for them to win 7 games for the first time in the Ricky Bussell era, and also an opportunity for the Cajuns to go to a bowl game. They did become bowl eligible with the win over ULM. However, that 7th win could very likely send the Cajuns bowling. Kickoff time set for 6 o'clock Saturday evening at Cajun Field. You can hear the broadcast beginning with the pregame show here on Sports Radio ESPN 1420, ESPN1420.com, and the Raging Cajun Radio Network beginning at 5:30. Meanwhile, the LSU Fighting Tiger football team came up a little bit on the short end of the stick last Saturday in Oxford, Mississippi, as Coach Les Miles' Tigers fall to the Ole Miss Rebels 25-23. LSU looked dead in the water as they trailed it 25-17, but Jordan Jefferson was able to connect with Ruben Randall on a 25-yard touchdown pass to make it 25-23. LSU went for 2, didn't get it. As a matter of fact, they went for it a couple of times. Went for 2, didn't get it. They got the onside kick and looked to be in a position to win the football game, but the drive stalled inside the Ole Miss 10-yard line as time ran out on LSU. Didn't really wisely use the clock at all, including that last time out, and time ran out on LSU with a second left as they went ahead and elected to ground the ball in the dirt instead of either getting the field goal unit on or throwing the ball into the end zone with that final play. So LSU falls to Ole Miss again, 25-23. Ole Miss able to outgain LSU in terms of total offense, 426 yards to just about 290 for LSU. Some individual leaders for the Tigers in the contest. Quarterback Jordan Jefferson, 19 of 37 for 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception for LSU. On the ground, Keelan Williams, 11 carries for 40 yards. And in the receiving department, Terrence Tolliver, 5 catches for 107 yards. LSU now 8-3 on the year. They will close out their 2009 regular season Saturday evening at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge as they play host to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Kickoff time set for 6 o'clock, and again, that's Saturday evening. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints continue to be perfect. The Saints used a dominating second half to overcome the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by the final score of 38-7. Saints led it 17-7 at the half, but they outscored the Buccaneers 21-0 in the second half. Saints +4 in the turnover ratio again. They recovered a Tampa Bay fumble, also intercepted 3 Josh Freeman passes to go on to the decisive 31-point victory. Saints able to outgain the Buccaneers in terms of total offense, 379-219. Some individual leaders for the Saints. Quarterback Drew Brees, 19 of 29 through the air for 187 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pierre Thomas, 92 rushing yards on 11 carries, and in the receiving department, Marcus Colston had a nice bounce-back game, 5 catches for 74 yards in the game for Colston. The Saints now 10-0 on the year. Of course, the best start in franchise history, the longest win streak in franchise history. Saints continue to be one of only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL. They'll put that perfect record on the line a week from Monday. That's the Monday after Thanksgiving, as the Saints will play host to the New England Patriots in Monday Night Football action at the Louisiana Superdome. Kickoff time is set for 7:30 in that one. Meanwhile, the latest BCS standings released on Sunday. Florida remains number 1 in the latest BCS poll, followed by Alabama at number 2. Texas is number 3. TCU number 4, and Cincinnati rounds out the top 5. 6 through 10, it's Boise State, Georgia Tech, Oregon, Pitt, and Ohio State. LSU falls from number 8 last week to number 15 in this week's BCS standings. Meanwhile, High school football bracket. Some good news for a couple of 5A teams in the playoffs last Friday. Westgate moves on as they defeat South Lafourche by the final score of 26-2. Westgate will play host to Central of Baton Rouge this Friday evening. Also, Acadiana moves on. Acadiana with a decisive 37-13 victory over Archbishop Shaw. Acadiana will travel to take on Catholic of Baton Rouge this Friday. Not good news, however, for the Como Spartans. They gave Catholic of Baton Rouge all they wanted to come up a little bit on the short end of the stick as Catholic of Baton Rouge wins that game by the final score of 35-28. Meanwhile, in the 4A bracket, the Northside High Mighty Vikings move on as Northside defeats Jennings by the final score of 10-7. Not so good news for Breaux Bridge and Cecilia as both of those schools come up a little bit short. Cecilia falls to Benton by the final score of 36-28. Breaux Bridge falls to Salmon 34-29. Meanwhile, in the Class 3A bracket, the Notre Dame Pioneers of Crowley continue to roll. Notre Dame defeats North DeSoto Friday evening 34-6. Notre Dame will host Rayville this Friday evening. Also, the Catholic High of New Iberia Panthers continue to make progress in the playoffs. Catholic High of New Iberia defeats Bogalusa 56-34 on Friday night. They will play host to Redemptorist this coming Friday evening. Patterson also victorious in second round action as Patterson defeats St. James by the final score of 48-21. Patterson will host Parkview this coming Friday evening. In the AA bracket, Opelousas Catholic eliminated by top-seeded John Curtis last Friday evening. John Curtis wins that one 47-0. Unfortunately for the Acadiana area, no schools remain in the AA bracket. In the 1A bracket, had Gainoff falling to Delhi Charter 34-20, and also Westminster falls to Grambling 30-13. So unfortunately, no Acadiana area schools left in the Class A bracket. A reminder, you can hear the Ricky Bussell Show every Monday evening right here on Sports Radio ESPN 1420, live from Baja Sports Grill on Bertrand across from Cajun Field. Also Tuesday evening, Raging Cajun basketball as the Cajuns play host to Mobile College. 6:35 pregame, 7:05 tip right here on Sports Radio ESPN 1420 in the Raging Cajun Radio Network. And Friday evening, it's that big Acadiana Catholic High of Baton Rouge game. James P. Bitterman has a broadcast for you. 6:25 pregame, 7 o'clock kick right here on Sports Radio ESPN 1420 and ESPN1420.com. That wraps up our weekend review for this week. We'll join you next week to recap what's happening in the world of sports, specifically locally with Louisiana's Raging Cajuns, the LSU Fighting Tigers, the New Orleans Saints, and on the high school level. We'll talk to you next week on ESPN 1420 and ESPN1420.com.